Hey there. So we're going to introduce you to the Enigma. This is the Enigma. It's the box thing you're looking at. Okay. In the bottom, there is a funnel that comes out. Okay. We don't know really like what it's leading to. Sorry. So it's a funnel. We don't know what's up there, but the funnel comes out, and funnels are used to move liquids around. So at some point, we may see liquid coming out of that funnel and going into the beaker we have set up right there, right now. There's 4 posts, and there's what looks like particle board or some kind of board that's used to construct this thing. All right? So it's a 4-sided box. 2 sides right there. As we move around. 2 sides over there. Cool. All right. The top is square. So the thing to know about this is that this funnel moves around. Okay, we're not going to open it up. What we're trying to do here effectively is to understand what's inside of this confusing Enigma thing, to understand what's inside without having to open it up, right? And imagine this like a human body, and you're a doctor, right? When you're a doctor and you're looking at someone who is ill, you don't learn about them by opening them up, right? You have to do tests on them. You have to understand their symptoms, so understand how they're behaving at one time or another, in one situation or another, okay? So we already saw the funnel on the bottom. There's also a funnel up top, okay? And so we're going to be pouring liquids in. We're going to be pouring water in some different ways to test this, to see what the water does when it goes through or when it doesn't go through. We'll see what happens, all right? But one sort of rule for this Enigma is that this funnel can be moved into different positions, but we're only going to pour water in 4 different positions, okay? And those positions are wherever the handle is pointed toward a corner. So this is corner 1. Actually, no, that's corner 3. It's over here. This is one of the corner positions right here. This is going to be corner 1, okay? This right here is going to be corner 2, right there, okay? This down here, over here is going to be corner 3, right there. And this is going to be corner 4, right here, okay? Some people have asked in the past, can we pour in with the handle pointed at a side? No, we're not going to do that, okay? Why? Because there might be some issues. That's all I'm going to say. Some people have asked if we can pour while we're spinning. And I've also said no, because I don't want there to be issues. All right. So we're going to be trying to understand what's inside of this. Your task is to be able to draw a model or multiple models to show what mechanisms could be inside to explain what we observe when we do our testing. In other words, we're going to pour water into the funnel in a bunch of different ways. And if you're watching this at home, you'll have access to a data table that'll give you data from a whole bunch of testing. And when you see that, you'll see, okay, well, we're pouring water with the funnel in position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4. And we're going to see different results. All right. So set this up over here. I'm going to have the camera in this position, and I'm going to do a couple tests here. I'm not going to do all the tests that are going to be in the data table. I'm right there. Is that good? Yeah. Okay. So I'll be right here. We're not going to do all of the tests that you're going to see in your data table. And that's just because you don't need to watch like a half-hour long video. we did a lot of testing, or we're doing a lot of this testing in lab, so in the class period. But again, if you're watching this, you're probably, maybe you were out sick a day, or you've been out for a little while, and you need a video. So this is here to help you out. And also, maybe it's a good reminder for those of you who were in class, but who weren't able to see this up very close. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by taking this beaker, and I'm going to add in 100 milliliters of water. There we go. And I'm gonna start with the funnel in corner position 1, and I'm gonna pour the water in the top, and you'll be able to see what comes out in the bottom. All right, so here we go. So corner position 1, right? Yeah, okay. Corner position 1, here we go. Pouring in. And so I poured in 100 milliliters of clear water. And then what came out was 100 milliliters of clear water. So if you're watching this at home, one thing you can do is you can pause your video. And now is the time to make sure you have a data table. Okay, so you should have a spreadsheet, a Google Sheet, that you have set up to track different variables of testing. Now that I say that, you may not know how to set up the data table because maybe you're out right now, but there's a template provided for you, and so you can use that to get started. All right, or maybe you're just seeing the set of data, and this is just showing you like where the data came from. So that was one test. That was corner 1. I'm gonna move my water out. Okay. So if I do that testing multiple times, right, there's a pattern you can see. When you look at, in your example data table, look at all of the trials for corner 1. Okay, there's a way to I think you like right click, or no, at the top of a column, there's a little arrow, and you can sort everything, like sort all of your rows according to the corner number. So you can see all of the tests that were done in each corner, and then you can look for the patterns in those corners. All right, for now, we're going to move on to corner 2. So, all right, almost ready. Okay. All right, corner 2. So we have our beakers in position. There we go. We're gonna pour 100 milliliters into corner 2. So this is our 100 milliliters. When we measure, we always measure from eye level with the line, so 100 milliliters. Now I'm gonna pour this in the top, in the funnel. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was gonna happen. So you might notice, well, if you didn't notice what was different about that, pause and rewatch it. Okay, now the water came out more slowly that time. So that's something to note. More slowly compared to the first trial when we did the other corner, all right? So we put in 100 milliliters of clear, it came out 100 milliliters red, like it's a relatively dark red color. All right, so let's try something else. We'll do corner 3. Okay. So we have just about 100 milliliters. Okay, 100 milliliters clear water into corner 3. Ready? Here we go. Corner 3. There we go. And it's all poured in. There we go. And there's nothing that happened. That's strange. Oh, we got one drop. 2 drops. So basically nothing. Like no water came out really. Okay. Let's try corner 4. All right. Corner 4. Let's add in 100 milliliters to corner 4. All right, corner 4, 100 milliliters. Here we go. Corner 4, 100 milliliters. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna try adding another 100 to corner 4. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have a feeling like maybe I should try this. Okay. I would not do this in corner 3, just so you know. This is like a note. And I tell everyone this in class. In corner 3, I'm only gonna add in 150 milliliters, and that's as much as I'm gonna add. We don't know why, but bad things could happen. Okay, corner 4 though, we're still in corner 4, so I'm gonna pour in this other 100 milliliters. Here we go. Come on, here we go. 400 mil, oh, okay. So I poured in the 100, there we go. And more than 100 is coming out. Interesting, okay. We got about 175 milliliters that came out. So we put in 100 and we got nothing. And then we put in another 100 and we got 175, maybe 180 milliliters to come out. Okay. So if you're confused or wondering or excited, all the above, these are good things. Okay. What do you do now? Okay, you have a data table, and you should have a data table with example data. Okay, that's all the data that you're going to need, because you can't do testing because you're watching a video right now. Your first step is to look for patterns for each corner. Okay, so like in corner 1, every time you put in the water, what happens? In corner 4, whenever you put in water, maybe every time eventually something happens, right? So use your data and look for those patterns, and then start modeling and start drawing out on paper or digitally, and start drawing out what you think could be happening in each of these corners. Okay, so the goal is to draw a mechanism for the inside of the box that could explain each of those patterns. So you should have at least 4 unique models, and then maybe one that shows how they're all connected, because they're all still part of one Enigma, right? So, and then you turn that in. You turn in. If you're watching this video because you're out sick, then I'll excuse you for your data. So I'm not gonna like assess you on collecting data, because you're not really collecting data. But you will be assessed on how you create your model, or how you identify the patterns, and then how you create your model based on those patterns. Okay, that's about it. So if you have questions, first thing is ask your friends who are in the class, right? They could probably get you some data. They could probably help you get other information. That's the best and most reliable way to get information. So if that's not working, then you can try emailing me. I tend to get really busy, but I will do my best to respond to you and get you what you need, okay? Otherwise, hope this is interesting. Yeah, give it some thought. I'm excited to see what you come up with. All right, we'll see you later.